Hello, guys. Welcome to my discovery tour that I'm about to show you. It's me. I'm Miles' father. Oh, my brother. Can't you see me? I love you. 1996, that's the year I was born. Excuse me, guys. I just have a bit of asthma today. Sorry about that. Let's get this party out on the road, shall we? Come on. That wasn't me who said come on, it was that guy. The eagle of Zeus. I didn't know Zeus had an eagle. How come he gets to have a pet eagle and I can't? Hello? Alright, here we go, guys. Oh, no. Map. Oh, are these Greek soldiers or Roman? I think they're Greek. The Romans haven't come yet. But Greeks and Romans are pretty much similar. Alright, let's see. Map. Tours. Yes. Let's see, which one should we do? The city of Memphis. Let's do the city of Memphis, and no, it's not the one you're thinking of. We'll do the first capital. Cool, but that's not what I wanted. I wanted like an actual tour guide, which is what they do. This is not to get it. Let's do passport. Let's look at, oh yes, it's under passport, not tours. So here is a timeline of ancient Egypt. Here we go, the ancient Egyptians looking about in the old times. Here we go in the Middle Kingdoms, Egyptians bringing their influence. Here we go, Ramesses doing his stuff, and then here we are today. Alright, passport. Egypt. Let's see, I want to do a really nice one. Alright. Let's do daily life. Oil. You know what? Why don't we do this? Workers and transport. It's about time our farmers, our workers, and our transporters in ancient Egypt get some recognition. Don't you reckon, Miles' father? He's doing his jogging. He knows he's going to Egypt. He's really excited, getting pumped up, getting all ready. Here we go. Start.
Welcome to Workers and Transport.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Whether workers were employed for the pyramid construction or at the quarries, the government supplied food and housing. Workers for the pyramids and royal necropolises were housed in more permanent villages, such as the famous Deir el-Medina. Quarry workers had more temporary lodgings. All skill levels were needed and utilized, from basic work hands to prepare the gypsum, to brickmakers and sand carriers, to skilled stonemasons to shape the blocks.
Alright, well, they're pretty much cheap laborers, weren't they? You know, making them into these permanent, crappy little households is cheap labor slaves. There's this one random white dude here. Oh, come on, no, don't sit down, Miles' father, come on. Get out of my way, I'm trying to learn about you guys.
Skilled architects and engineers were employed year-round, while support labor were often farmers who worked on the quarries or construction during the Nile's flood season. The basic laborers were hard-working and versatile. Many may have been farmers who joined the construction during the off-season. Hieroglyphs found in the work villages listed assigned job titles.
Listed assigned job titles. Bloody hell.
Archaeological research shows that no food was stored or prepared on site, but instead workers received abundant rations of bread, beer, and meat. These rations were taken care of by an administration outside the village. Medical treatment was also available for those who were injured.
In a way it's good, in a way it's not so good. I mean, they weren't exactly treated the best, but they could have been treated. It's not like North Korea bad, but it's not like 21st century Western good, which is maybe, you know, to expect that it's kind of not realistic.
While some quarries were close to the Nile, others were located across the desert and required long expeditions.
Look at that.
These expeditions were sanctioned by the state. They involved complex logistics and required many participants. Transporting a block by land meant that workers had to overcome the weight and friction of the load. To solve this, they first dug a track in the ground. This path was sometimes reinforced with rails upon which a sled, used to ferry the blocks, would be pulled.
Look at that. These are some very strong ancient Egyptians. Look guys, I'm helping you. Wait. This guy's gonna help you, see? See, he's helping you. His jogging, dusting skills, it's not only cleaning the ground, which probably doesn't need to be cleaned, but it's also making it easier, even though it doesn't look that way.
Whenever possible, blocks were toppled from a higher elevation onto the sled.
Wow.
Workers then poured water onto the clay at the front of the sled, creating a slick surface to more easily move the load. It wasn't until the New Kingdom that animals were used to tow the burden.
Yeah, I'll try not to talk too much over the, nothing I have, but I'll try not to talk too much over the descriptions, or else people will be like, oh, this guy's just over talking, he's so annoying. Which is true, but I'll be annoying only after they're done talking. Out of the way.
During flood season, the Nile was at its largest and deepest, which allowed the transportation of the heaviest and biggest loads. Quarries close to the river had troughs dug out to deliver the stones to the shoreline.
That's what I'm talking about.
Harbors and wharfs situated at the river's edge allowed the transfer of materials and supplies. Harbor warehouses accommodated additional stocks of stone so that they were available for the winter sailing season.
Oh yeah, they just want to have a holiday. Winter sailing season. More like an excuse not to do cheap labor, am I right? King Jong-il will be upset.
The Wadi el-Jarf papyri detail a limestone load intended for the Khufu pyramid that weighed in at 70 to 80 tons, or 30 blocks.
Looks like an ancient Greek.
One papyrus is a fragment from a foreman's notes, taken while working on the Great Pyramid. It details the transportation of limestone blocks from the Tura quarries to the construction site of the pyramid. The other papyri are shipping logs containing archives of the sailors assigned to sail the Red Sea and the Nile.
The Red Sea and the Nile. That's one good thing about Egypt. That Egypt has a major advantage. It has both the Mediterranean Sea and the Dead Sea. So it's connected to three different roads. It's connected to the Indian Ocean through the Red Sea, and it's connected to the Mediterranean Atlantic through, of course, the Mediterranean Sea. So just like actually Israel is, Ancient Egypt has that advantage too, which makes it probably because of that advantage makes it one of the best, one of the greatest civilizations to ever exist.
Stone cargo generally weighed 15 tons per boat, amounting to roughly 6 or 7 blocks per trip. For heavier loads such as obelisks,
Wow.
monolithic pillars, or gigantic statues, larger boats were used. These transports are the ones typically showcased on temple walls.
Look at that. Wow. These are the hard-working peeps right there. Wow. Yeah, you can just imagine those days how many men would have to be needed just to carry a couple of loads onto one boat. It's crazy to think about in this age of technology, but that's how people used to live back then. Here is the lucky last. And look how beautiful ancient Egypt is, just in the game.
River transportation was the most efficient way to ferry stone blocks between the quarry and the construction site. Blocks were transported by flotillas of several types of boats. The most detailed illustration of transport by river is a relief of Queen Hatshepsut's barge with an accompanying flotilla.
You can't forget Queen Hatshepsut's boar. That's the barge. That's the one of the reasons people visit. I wonder if ancient Egypt had like a ancient like tourism guide or tourism. Woo! Tour completed! But yeah, I always did wonder that, like, what if people like from India or China or Greece or something that wanted to visit, would they have like an ancient Egypt tour? They'd be like, yo, we were the first civilization, uh, besides the Sumerians, but we were one of the first civilizations. And they'd talk about how much they glowed, and they're like, hey Greece, we're more ancient than you. And then the Greece is like, yeah, well, Sumerians are more ancient than you. And then the Sumerians would be like, aren't the Indus Valley more ancient than us? And Indus Valley would say, no, 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 you're more ancient, Samaria. And the Sumerians would go, alright guys, I'm gonna exit it here. Thank you for watching, and yeah, see you soon.